How's it going, guys? It's PoetryStud, and welcome back to stream number 2 of the One Province per Trade Node campaign, European Vassals 4. We are streaming live on Twitch again, so keep in mind this is being live streamed. There will be constant chat interactions. In fact, we're probably going to go off topic pretty quickly to talk about stuff with Alexis, who is in chat, and possibly other people when they get here. But yeah, we're doing a quick little stream. We're probably not going to be playing too long tonight, because I'm going to be playing some Into the Breach after this. And Alexis actually just asked before I started the recording, what is Into the Breach? Into the Breach it's sort of like a, we'll see. Do you remember when I played FTL, Alexis? FTL, that like spaceship game that was like a strategy thing, but it had the ship that's flying through space. I didn't stream it that much, but I streamed it a couple times. It's made by the same people who made that. It's very similar art style, and it's sort of like a similar thing. It's like a quick, like, strategy game, turn-based, quick turns, very quick, easy to digest combats, and then you get out of one and get in the next one pretty quickly, but you upgrade in between them. It's sort of that loop. So yeah. Anyways, though, before we get talking about that, I need to figure out what the heck was going on in this game. Let's think about that in a sec. I need to sort of just remember what was going on, because it's been like 2 weeks since I played or something like that. So we're doing the challenge, which I have set for myself. The rules are we can only own our main trade node completely, as much as we want. Every node outside of that, we can only own one province. So, for instance, and this is something that I need to sort of like readjust myself to. Where are our limits? Where can we conquer out to? We can conquer Rome and Naples, but we can't conquer Parma, Cremona, Milan. We've already pretty much hit our eastern borders, except for Florence and further south. Yeah, I think you'll like watching it, Alexis. It's pretty easy to grasp. We had gotten Provence stolen from under us by France, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. We got Draguignan, at least. We do have a ability purchase. So our capital is hills. There are a good bit of hills around us. Like, there's a lot of hills in Italy. So I'm pretty confident that it would be a good choice to take that. That one's always pretty good, in fact. The war taxes cost thing is really good as well. Where do you got? This is probably the most important one, especially for us. I mean, all these are pretty good. This one's not useful for us, but I think we will go war taxes first, and then probably the adaptive combat terrain thing. But yeah, so this is the first time I've streamed. Let's see, when was the last time I streamed, Alexis? I streamed, oh god, yeah, I've been pretty slack with my streaming. I've not been very good at all with my streaming. We do have a little bit of a coalition, that's right. Okay, that's what was going on. Okay, let's go to speed 4 for a little bit then. But yeah, I also, like, my brain, you might be able to tell, my brain is sort of all over the place right now. Today marks the end of, like, what was a pretty tough week, honestly, in class. I had a lot of, like, projects and stuff that were all coming to their conclusion and stuff like that. Big projects, none of them are really that big, actually. They're, like, medium, I guess. Oh, hey, okay, so this is interesting. So we can keep Adriano Brignole. But then our type of government will change to a Republican dictatorship because we'll go down to 3. That's what we want, though. We want to become a kingdom as soon as possible. And plus, he'll be a decent leader as well. There we go. So we have become a kingdom now. I think I want to do this. Yeah, that's pretty good. We should spend what we have first, though, on one of these. Diplomatic reputation is pretty good. National tax modifier is also pretty good. I mean, you can ask me, like, if you need help clarifying the prompt or something. I don't know, maybe I can read it differently and give you a different interpretation. I think we'll do mercantilism, because this is probably the only time I'll ever have a chance at running for that one achievement to get the whatever it's called, you know. Yeah, we're gonna do the statute in restraint of appeals. That is a pretty good one to do. The religious stuff hasn't hit yet. It won't for another 15 years, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, I'm definitely a little scatterbrained today because, first off, the week is basically over for me now. But it's been a stressful week and a busy week. So I'm sort of like just cooling off from that a little bit. And I think my brain is still in overload mode. To Kill a Mockingbird. That's it. I mean, that's a really good book. But yeah, not only that, I have so I haven't had a lot of time to prepare for D&D tomorrow. I'm hoping I'll be able to prepare a good session for tomorrow's D&D game. I don't think I will have any problems. I think I should be able to. I think I should have enough time. I just gotta sort of, before I do my actual planning out tomorrow, I need to sort of put everything together, actually have my notes written down and get that ready. But I should have time, and I was kind of worrying about that all day today. I was like, am I going to have time tonight to do that? But no, tonight I'm probably not going to have time. I decided, instead, let's focus on YouTube. And that's the other thing. I put off YouTube for a long time. I put off YouTube for like the past week. I haven't recorded in the past week. And then, like yesterday, I got an email from Paradox about an opportunity to cover one of their upcoming games before it releases, and I'm not gonna like say what it is yet because I don't know if they want me to. I don't think they would care, but still. But in any case, so then I've been recording that today. I've also meant to record more Stellaris because I still need to do that. I'll probably do that tomorrow if I have a chance, or Saturday. But I also recorded a little bit of EU4 yesterday, but I still need to record more of that. I need to do this stream more. I need to be a lot more consistent, and I feel like I'm sort of overloaded. Not to mention the new EU4 expansion comes out in like a couple weeks. 20 days, actually. It's about 3 weeks out. But then not to mention that, then also the new Hearts of Iron 4 expansion comes out in like a week. And we'll see if I'm even able to cover that, but I would love to. Still, it's basically been like super busy with the YouTube stuff. Luckily, the schoolwork is sort of calming down a little bit now, but it's still like a lot of YouTube stuff all at once, which I love. Like, I love doing it, but I've just also been kind of drained from all the school stuff. So then I've been having to sort of force myself to do this, the YouTube and Twitch stuff. That's why I haven't been streaming a lot, but hopefully you understand. Not just you, Alexis, but everyone watching on YouTube as well. This is directed more generally. So that's really annoying. We're actually not gonna... Well... we could totally do this. And we have diplomatic... Or influence, rather. But, diplomatic ideas. We should totally do this. We should definitely do this. It'll put us way over. But, hey. We can do that. Not only that, I will actually use him, because he's pretty cheap, and... Hey, Pluja, what's up? I was actually, Pluja, thinking about maybe doing Fortnite, inviting you to play with me tonight, but I don't have a ton of time, so I kind of need to play this to put on YouTube. And I also really want to play Into the Breach, because I'm also probably going to put that on YouTube. I have, like, 4... Next week is going to be terrible for the channel, because I'm going to have, like, more just for me, actually. Because I'm going to have, like, 5 simultaneous series, each of, like, a different game. But, yeah. But, hey, welcome to the stream, Pluja. Yeah, we'll get to Fortnite eventually. I don't think it's going anywhere. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, we need to do that. Yeah, I wonder if there's we can do... What about this one? 14... It'll put them... Actually, that's perfect. Oh, but they're still not happy. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Pluja. I hope that your split was, like, amicable, at least. Because, it happens. It happens, but I hope that it was an easier split than some. She blindsided you. Alright, that's not good. Yeah, that's kind of lame. I don't like that. No, yeah, that's kind of lame. Do 10 people influence even though we got the statute in restraint of appeals, so It's kind of fun. Yeah, this is. I mean, this is never gonna happen, but it'd be hilarious if it did. So we're gonna take it anyways. We already invested 3 times at least. So where are we? We have a decent chance, 10% chance. No, that is lame. That's certainly lame. Pluja, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that. Actually, kind of funnily enough, me and Alexis were talking about breakups. Was it on Saturday that we talked about it? Yeah, I was streaming on Saturday. That's the last time I streamed, I'm pretty sure. Answer my own question from earlier. But we were talking about stuff, and I've gone through stuff too. I can I know what it's like. I feel ya. Let's do that. There we go. So we got all our power. Yeah, it was Saturday because it was the day of your stuff that then you were feeling bad about, Alexis. Hey, I heard popcorn. So we are doing the 1 province per trade node challenge that I've sort of set out for myself. It's not even really that challenging with our particular setup. Essentially, I was like, I want to do something unique. I want to set a rule for myself that will make me force a certain style of play. We are doing the 1 province per trade node challenge that I've made up. Essentially, what that means is we are able to own 1 trade node completely, or as much as we can, which in that case for us is the Genoa node. But beyond that, we are only allowed to own 1 province in every other single node in the whole game. So we are, basically it's a self-limiting thing. How well can we do with only 1 trades node? I mean, to be honest, the Genoa node is like the best one in the game in my opinion, except for maybe the English Channel. But still, it sort of makes us think, how well can we do with 1 trade node that then will still keep us in power with only being able to own 1 other province in every single other trade node in the game. So like, for instance, we could conquer, Rashid or Dumyat, but that's all we could conquer in this whole Alexandrian node. We could conquer, Ragusa, which would probably, or, Dubrovnik, whatever. That's probably the one we would conquer in that when we get to that point. But it's that's the only one we could own. Yeah, I sold my Korean stuff. Well, I didn't sell it actually. Oh no, I sold Matrega. I don't actually remember what I did. It's been like a week and a half since I did it. I released Azov as a trade city, and then they got tributaried by Crimea. Beyond that, we are a Republican dictatorship now, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. We are going to use vassals. That is the one thing I'm going to allow myself. So we have Kaffa still, because it's, the coastal center trade. We might as well. We have to be, it's sort of, the whole point of this is to force a more strategic style of play in picking your provinces. For instance, we can only own 1 province in the Sevilla node. I'm going to make sure that it's either Lisboa or Sevilla, and that's one reason I picked Genoa, is because they always get those missions. We have a different mission right now, but we always get those missions like, Rumble in Ragusa or whatever, that gives you trade CVs on that stuff. But yeah, the one allowance I'm allowing myself is to have permanent vassals that I can take trade power from in other nodes. That's the one thing I'm allowing, because I think it'll be a self-balancing thing. I think it'll still challenge us to grow them in a way where they're not too powerful and they break free, Because if we feed, for instance, like Ferrara right now is my Venice node one that I have already, and they're probably going to be around for the whole game, which is kind of funny to think about. But the thing is, if I feed them the whole Venice node, that's a lot of land. They're going to be very angry. They're going to be like very uppity at some point, I guess. But yeah, so I think it's sort of it's not necessarily, especially with Genoa in the Genoa node, it's really not that challenging per se, but it is a challenge in that it is a set of rules that I'm making myself play by, and I like that. So Savoy. Hey, nice. We do have a coalition right now, so we're going to wait a little bit. Whoa, commandant. Okay. Let's do a land enforcement, dude. We have the plutocratic coup thing still. We should try to get rid of that. I can't yet. June, okay. But yeah, so right now we are sort of just waiting for our aggressive expansion to go down. We do have influence ideas, so it should go down quicker. And we also have the thing from the age, so it should also go down quicker from that. So that's good. We have the golden era because I figured, basically, I don't know. I'm always torn with the golden era of between either using it right away or waiting till you're going into like a tough war. However, I'm starting to lean more recently towards the declare it right away thing. I think that's actually the optimal way to go most of the time. Because in general, in the early game is when you're going to have the most trouble with all your points. It's going to be when you have the most trouble with your money. It's going to be when you have the most trouble with everything. So if you use it early on, even if you don't fight any big wars per se, you're going to be in a lot of like medium-sized wars that might not necessarily warrant a whole golden age, but cumulatively it's going to add up, I think. And so I've sort of leaned more towards that. I want to take this away once we get to June. Okay. I want to focus on the coast here. Ferrara, do I have anything set for you? I want you to basically just fabricate on everything. We're gonna go Protestant in this run. I've already decided that because why not? It's fun. I like Protestantism, and also if we're gonna be the main reason is if we're going to be only conquering stuff in the Genoa node, we need every province we can get, especially really good ones. Guess what's a really good one? Rome. Guess what we have to do if we really want to be able to conquer Rome? We need to do that. We need to be Protestant, because otherwise we'll get the penalty. Whereas if we turn Protestant, we actually get a bonus for the conquest of Rome, which is actually really good. I mean, it's prestige and a missionary. The missionary probably, not too helpful with building relatively tall in this campaign, but the prestige, always good. Certainly better than losing 2 diplomatic reputation, which is what otherwise would happen. We do have enough money that I think we could build some buildings. None of those are that good, though. What about here? That's pretty good. Kaffa? Where's Kaffa? Am I crazy? Oh, that's in the Crimean one. I was like, we don't know no Kaffa. Yeah, we do. It's this one. Silly poetry. But yeah, truces are gonna expire eventually, but I'm not too worried about it right now. I think we should just burn off some aggressive expansion. It's a little crazy right now. The only other thing I could think of would be, I mean, we obviously want to do this. We're already planning to go for a kingdom, because kingdoms are better. The one thing, I haven't thought of everything for, in terms of, like, is this allowed or not. For instance, I'm not sure how I'd react if we maybe, like, inherited another nation. That's something that'd be a little tricky, because it's like, I didn't, obviously, or if we got a PU with another country, it's not like a PU I definitely allow, but if we inherited them after 50 years or whatever, would I force myself to get rid of that stuff? Because I didn't even do anything to work towards it. It just happened naturally. I don't know. Stuff like that I'm not so sure about. Now, let's go ahead and pump in some points into military for a little bit. Silly poetry. Tricks are for kids. We can become Defender of the Faith, not interested at all. We lost conquest against Savoy. We should try to get that back. I don't like the fact that we don't have 3 diplomats, but we will change that soon enough, because once we leave the Empire, which we'll do in 1490, I don't see any reason to stay. We can still remain allied to the Emperor, no reason stopping us from that, and we also need, let's see, how much do we want? We only have 125, you have to have 300 for a kingdom, so we actually couldn't yet, but still. Okay. Again, silly poetry. Remember what you were gonna do. Hey, Limey Honey, welcome to the stream. Wow, Limey Honey, I see how it is. I'm gonna avenge the other Genoa in your game. Italy's a pretty fun region to play in. I haven't played in Italy for a while, but I've done. I think I did 2 separate YouTube campaigns as Italy before, maybe just one. I'm not sure. But in any case, yeah, I don't think I've ever played as Milan long term. I played as Savoy in Informed Italy. I think I've only played as Savoy in Informed Italy. No, I played as Naples. Napoli. I've never played as Milan just because, like, I prefer other ones in Italy more. Like, they're probably just my least favorite by default, not because of anything they did. Genoa is allied to Austrian rival France and Austrian rival Switzerland. So one thing I was actually thinking about is, like, the fact that we are I'm only allowing myself to own one province per trade node outside of the Genoa node. I am actually considering taking Wallace and Waldstadt as our two within the Champagne and Rhineland nodes, respectively, because of their position, because of the tactical reason. Basically, having two mountains, we could build forts on those, and then that would really help us with the whole blocking off thing. The other side we'd have to worry about, but we have to do that anyway. So yeah, having it sort of be like those two, I think, if anything, and also it'd help us reach Savoy quicker. Pretty sure that's what I want to do. I think I might break our alliance with Switzerland. I don't know, like, I'm trying to think about this.